Uh, in Gregory A. Prince's talk at the University of Utah, there's no there's no science in his talk. Supposedly he was like this scientist that's going to talk about science versus dogma, and there was no science. But anyway, it's interesting that he works for the I think he works for the biomedical industry, and I'm thinking the biomedical industry might be the cause of people having same sex attraction or the cause of people being gay or whatever, because being gay is I think for some people it can be a progressive thing. Like throughout life things change, they could go through sexual trauma or whatever, but there's a percentage of people who their DNA is damaged because of the poisons in the environment, and that's why they don't have sexual attraction like a healthy body would. And so I just thought that was interesting, that Gregory A. Prince doesn't talk about the toxins in the environment that damage hormone and DNA and stuff like that. That would be a great discussion. I mean, the scientific discussion of, okay, let's say you have like this perfect environment where there's no mercury poisoning from the fillings, there's no formaldehyde or mercury poisoning from the vaccines, there's no pharmaceutical injuries. And then you isolate that environment. Now think about it. Before pharmaceuticals, how many gay people were there? How many people were there with the same-sex attraction? Look at us now. There's so many toxins in the foods and in the pharmaceuticals. And I think I'm talking mainly from the mothers. The mothers have mercury fillings. Mercury damages DNA. It damages everything. I mean, but especially the brain. Now I think if you took a healthy person and then put mercury in them, I don't know that they could be so poisoned that their sexual orientation changes. So I'm thinking maybe it would come from the parents or the mom in utero. So as the baby's developing, or maybe when they get vaccines, as they're growing up, they get so many vaccines. And that, I think that the Mormon Church, although the Mormon Church may not know why people are gay or whatever, they're saying it's wrong, but they're not always saying it's wrong morally. Sometimes we are just saying, hey, that's wrong that people have same-sex attraction. Just naturally, just if we were in a perfect environment like in the Garden of Eden, there would be no same-sex attraction, because same-sex attraction is a result of DNA damage or hormone disruption. And I think that could be a valid argument. I mean, think about it. Like, think if your body is like a machine, you got processes for your eyes, your digestion, and everything like that. If everything's working perfectly, why is that so controversial or so offensive to say, well, there would be no same-sex attraction, because that's not natural. That's not the perfect body. And none of us have perfect body. All of us have mental problems, stuff like that. And it kind of makes sense if you look at it. Now, if you're same-sex attracted, if you're gay, I mean, I can understand that being hard to take. But I don't know. I mean, if I was gay, I could at least consider that possibility. Like, yeah, okay, there's toxins in the environment, and if my body was perfect, then yeah, I could understand that possibility that I might not have same-sex attraction. I would have normal, natural attraction. I mean, but obviously there's been gay people before the modern era, before mercury fillings and vaccines and pharmaceuticals and crappy food. Has same-sex attraction always been just the fact that nobody has a perfect body, or is it sometimes that they're evil according to religion? That they're immoral or whatever. I could understand it being a moral issue sometimes because if you have no morals, it's like, oh, okay, be gay. Okay, I'll go touch another person of the same sex because it's gonna feel good to orgasm with a man or a woman. So I can understand that. But I'm just talking about, here we have a lecture about so-called science, but there's no discussion about mercury. What does Gregory Prince think of mercury? Does he know what mercury can do to your DNA and your hormones and protein synthesis and every function? Go look up thiol sensitivity. Go look up sulfur sensitivity from mercury poisoning. Hundreds of thousands of people suffer from that. Just imagine what it could do if the mother is toxic. Well, the father too. And I mean, you can have a disorder. You can be born with a handicap. You can be born with not normal functions. And I think that would include your sexual attraction. Because sexual attraction is biological first, right? Anyway.